We are just a week as well until we ring in the new year, and if you still haven't made plans, you might want to consider heading down to Singapore's biggest countdown party.
Well, the Promontory at Marina Bay is set to come alive on New Year's Eve as nearly 100 Singapore talents in music, fashion and acting take center stage at Mediacorp's Let's Celebrate 2020.
Let's find out more about it. We have in studio with us Lum Wai Loon, executive producer of this year's show, and actor-singer Benjamin Kheng. Thank you both for coming in.
Thanks for having us. Woo! We're here.
Excited?
This is a really dope office, man.
Yeah, I don't mean excited to see us. I mean excited about the New Year's.
This is very exciting. No, for real. Yeah.
Okay, well, why don't let's chat with you first. Firstly, you know, your showcase. Tell us what it's all about. Then Let's Celebrate 2020.
Let's Celebrate 2020. It's about the showcase of local talents, and it's really having a lot of talents like Benjamin, and we have Romney Sarit. We also have Aisha Aziz, not forgetting Jasmine Soko. Many other talents who are from Singapore, in Singapore, coming up on the show at the end of the year to perform for everybody to ring in the new year.
Okay. Well, speaking of performing, Benjamin, you're going to be performing with a choir, I hear this time.
Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah. Tell us about that. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. But, you know, they need to know what's coming up, right?
Sure.
A little preview.
It's going to shock people on live television.
No,
it's great. Well, the choir thing, I mean, I got my start not on, like, you know, a live singing competition, but, you know, as a part of a show choir. So for me, music was always very communal. It was always meant to be shared. And so starting this solo campaign, I really wanted to bring on, you know, a sense of camaraderie. And these guys are from the ITE show choir. They're amazing. I've had a chance to work with them for a bunch of times the past 2 years, and like the energy is infectious. It's going to be really fun. So my segment is going to be part show choir, and it's also going to be a little, it's going to be part of a fashion show by Daniel Boy. So I'm literally going to be the shortest guy on stage. Thanks a lot, Wai Loon. I have to perform with people twice my height. It's just going to be great.
You seem to wear bigger heels.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what
Hey, no, it sounds like the Victoria's Secret, right? Where the models are so tall and then the singers are in the
Bruno
middle.
Mars can do that.
So can Benjamin Kheng.
Yeah. Well, I just compared myself to Bruno Mars on live television. Great.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. But the emphasis is very much on local talent, much like Ben. Tell us a bit about the messaging behind that.
Actually, can I share a little bit about how this whole idea came about?
Yes.
Okay, I grew up with Cantopop. Okay, I watched every single like Hong Kong sort of like award show in the past, when in the 80s when it was still in the heydays. So what happened now when I was charged to do the show last year? That was my first year working on Countdown show. I thought the camaraderie of having the local singer supporting, the local singer being showcased was something that we want to sort of like mimic like what Hong Kong did in the past in the 80s, where no matter which record company you are from, or no matter who you represent, basically the TV station there, they were like galvanizing all these talents together. And I thought that was great. So last year when I was charged to do it, I thought we could make an impact in the local music industry by showcasing the local talents, giving them support, giving them a platform on stage, so that, you know, they, in this very challenging landscape, we can help each other to get more audience, to have greater content, to even have a more polished item for all the singers. So that's how it all, how it was conceived. And last year when we did the show, we got very good viewership, and that sort of like validated the fact that Singaporeans do support local talents, and we are very happy about that. And so we hope that in future the local artists do not need to be overseas to prove themselves, before they come back to the local stage. We want support our local talents so that they can go overseas and be, you know, to shine for us in Singapore. And we do have a talent here in Singapore. You must agree with me. It's getting more and more vibrant.
I don't know about this, Benjamin Kheng.
It's getting more and more vibrant. And we have a lot of talents that people do not realize. And so we need to create such a stage for them to shine.
Right.
If we don't, as a broadcast network, who else would? So that's the whole idea behind showcasing talent. And we're not talking about talents in terms of the music. We're also talking about fashion. We're also talking about the dance. You know, there are so many of them. that
because
we have
Black
to
Army
start
is
creating
also
the
going
stage.
to be on performing
Absolutely,
as well.
absolutely.
So, Benjamin, what do you think of partnerships like what's happening today with Mediacorp Countdown? How do you think it will bring or add to the local music industry, though?
Oh, it's so important. It might be ironic for me to say this because I've been lucky to have achieved a certain level of success domestically, but it's everything really. For the longest time, artists felt like they had the need. They felt the need to travel overseas to gain recognition and then come back and then they would be celebrated. And that was the sentiment, for many years. So it's nice to kind of to be a part of this new renaissance of appreciation. I think it's so important that we just rekindle that spirit of the excitement of discovering good music that comes from these shores, from artists that are maybe not marquee names. And the fact that you guys coming on board, giving a platform for artists, honestly, that across the board can kill it on a countdown stage or a local bar. We got the talent, and I think the resources are there for artists in Singapore. It's to put the music out. It's really about Singaporeans going, hey, like, this is interesting, let's get behind this.
Because there's so much more work to be done, right? Because besides coming up on the show, there's a lot of audio production and all that. We need sort of like to collaborate creatively, how to make things a little bit have better production value so that our audience will see that on stage.
It's going to be fireworks. Are there going to be fireworks?
Definitely.
I think
You wanted the choir,
always,
and so we got the choir on.
Thank you. We had a long discussion on the choir, and I'm glad to say we got the choir.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
And there's always going to be fireworks, isn't there, when it's a New Year's celebration?
There will be fireworks.
There will be fireworks as well. Anyway, thank you very much, both of you, for coming in, telling us all about it. Look forward to the New Year's celebrations indeed. We've been joined in the studio by Benjamin Kheng and Lum Wai Loon, executive producer of Mediacorp's Let's Celebrate 2020 show.
It's going to be held at the Promontory at Marina Bay on New Year's Eve, so head on down there if you have nothing to do, or alternatively, you can also catch it on Toggle as well as on Channel 5.